Hello everyone! So I decided to make a new video, and the first thing that popped up in my mind was programming. So I picked a very commonly used programming language called C++. It is a general purpose programming language that was developed in the early 80s by Bjarne Stroustrup. It derives from C but offers additional capabilities that allow object-oriented programming. It is used in a variety of applications such as games, robotics, embedded systems, desktop apps, real-time computer vision software, and so on. To develop your first C++ program, all you need is a text editor and a compiler. But I would recommend you to download an IDE, which stands for Integrated Development Environment. It is just a software that makes it easier for you to develop your own programs. Because among other things, you can create projects with multiple files easily. Normally they also have some functionalities for debugging, so you can monitor the variables you use in your program. You can execute it instruction by instruction to see, for example, where it crashes. Who knows? And you can easily compile it, build the project with just a simple button, and that's it. Some common C++ IDEs are CodeBlocks, Geany, Eclipse. Eclipse is more used for Java, but they also use it for C and C++. With all that being said, to create a first simple C++ program, you have to create the source code, which is basically a text file that has all the instructions you want the computer to execute later, but in C++ syntax. But there is a problem here. The computer, or more precisely, the CPU, does not understand C++. It only understands machine code. So first, you have to translate your source code into machine language code so that the computer can execute your program. So, after saving your source code file, three guys come to the rescue. First comes the preprocessor. It is just a program that obeys certain commands in your source code called preprocessor directives. Normally, these are instructions to include other text files to your source code, or even to make some text replacements, such as constants you define. The second guy is called the compiler. It is responsible for translating the C++ syntax, C++ source code, into machine language code or object code, so that the processor of your computer can understand it. At this point, your program, the object code you have just generated, may still have holes in it, because it may depend on functions and data members that are defined elsewhere, for example in standard libraries or private libraries you yourself developed. So we need a guy called linker to link everything together so that you can have your final executable file, the executable image that your computer can load up into memory and execute it normally, because it is in machine code language and it has everything it needs to execute its instructions normally. So there you have it. Now I'll make a quick example of everything I have just said so that you can visualize what I was talking about here. Okay?